This is an absolutely phenomenal display, Takata. You can see them here. Low ground execution. Absolutely spectacular stuff from Tayson and Nate going back to back right now. It's incredible how dominant these guys have just been over the course of today. And they're running away with it now. Forget who's on high. Oh my God, Tayson. And the characteristic of why this trio has sort of been so successful this season. And so even though they were literally 131st, one of the final teams to actually be able to qualify to play in the Cash Cup Extra, I do still think these guys have the potential to be incredibly strong, because of all those teams that were sort of down there in the 100th to 132nd, right, they had way more average eliminations, right? These guys, we know they have the ability and the talent to be able to pick up loads of elims, and they have the ability to take height with these peppers, and they do so easily. Nobody even has a chance of stopping them from taking it. It feels like when they just pepper up like that and just ramp up, it is so hard to stop. You're sort of powerless to it. But Nate, Tayson, Forzia chilling on the other side of height there, and they could be a potential thorn in the side of the French boys here.
Absolutely, that's a dangerous other trio to face off against here for the high ground. You can see the opposing sides of the half and half zone is being controlled by a tower, which a trio is on top of. So we're gonna have to see who is able to maintain it here. We know that the chances of coming out on top, getting that victory royale on the match, heavily increases if you're able to maintain that high ground in the first moving zone. So we'll have to see, which trio can do it, which one decides to use more mats, because I do know Snazy's trio that landed Caddy, correct me if I'm wrong, Levin, but they do have those peppers, and that is very good for, getting high quickly, getting those tarps done. But if the zone closes on the opposing trio, it can be a little risky, and I think that's what just happened with Tayson's trio.
Yeah, Tayson, Nate, Forzia, they're going to be licking their lips because they do pull zone. So that instantly sort of forces Alex's trio down, and you can see they're just going to build on down and look to run their way in. But Tayson, Forzia, Nate, they know that they're going to look to try to take some shots, do some damage. The key thing for these guys moving forward now as they hold high ground is Tayson going to be able to use that harpoon effectively, right? To be able to siphon in materials that they pick up from eliminations. It's going to be a key part to whether they can sort of continue to hold high here. You can see everybody trying to play towards that front side of the zone, control that lower front side. And Tayson, Forzia, and Nate, they're probably not going to get contested for height now. They have such a strong hold on it, and these guys know how to play it so well.
Absolutely, and not only that, but they have 10 eliminations going into this first moving zone. Actually knocked down Triocashcup, who's one of the elite trios of Europe, who actually placed top 5 in the Cash Cup. So now just the chaos has begun. All these teams are trying to tarp or use other people's tarps to just stay alive in this end game. 33 players alive, that's 13 trios, and with Tayson, Forzia, and Nate on the high ground, that is not a match I'd like to be in on the low ground. So if they can maintain this, Levin, this could be a massive game to start off the tournament for Tayson and his trio.
Yeah, and you saw it right there, putting that harpoon to use. And that's going to give him a couple more mats to just be able to hold on here. You can see great angling from them as well, right? Looking for any opportunity to be able to get some shots off on people down below. And you see that guy just caught in the middle of nowhere. He's completely unaware. Teak, Cammy, Seti, these guys are in the game as well. It's a stacked game, I'll tell you that much. But right now, it looks like it's Tayson's to lose, because these guys are just on height with so much ammo available, with the scars in hand as well, and they're just going to keep on wiping out the lobby, just continuing to just dominate it completely uncontested. Cammy, Lame, Eunice, Robnik. Cammy actually goes down there. Eunice, Robnik, and Lame going to be trying to fight it out down below, and they are going to be the team trying to fight for second, it seems, because like I said, Tayson and them are just not going to let it go.
Be careful though, Nate actually got cracked and almost got knocked down in the zone there, but yeah, look at this. So many eliminations, so much ammunition, so many materials, and what a rocket launching right into the deep abyss. They're securing 2 knocks, if I'm not mistaken, looking for more. They know how many points you can get for eliminations, and they are playing it perfectly. Looking for elims in the late game here, trying to make the most out of the win, and Tayson with a huge pump, but it's not enough to secure the knock. Now leaving ForZR and Nate alone to try and secure that victory royale. Will they be able to do it as a duo?
Yeah, you can see Tayson getting a bit too ahead of himself there, incredibly excited. I can't blame him. He was on a roll there. What was that, 9 eliminations or so? Still got to believe his teammates will be able to finish off the job. But look, we have XA, we have Kaiden, we have Kylix down below here. And, you know, they might think, hey, look, we've got a shot here. They might think, look, there's an opportunity for us here, especially if they're aware that it's, you know, a 2v3 essentially. They have the numbers advantage. And Nate is incredibly low HP now, and so it basically just means ForZR has to carry his team on his shoulders. And Nate officially goes down there, so it's not looking good for ForZR whatsoever. It looks like Kylix's trio has just been able to steal this one away. And so ForZR, Nate, Tayson, it may end up hanging their heads in shame to some degree, because it should have been their game to lose, and they did in fact lose it because Kylix, Kaiden, NX8 will come away with the victory royale and 11 eliminations as well. Great game from these guys. Ultimately, you know, it cost them severely, and that's not going to be one they're going to be too happy about. ForZR's trio has finished top 10 every time they have 3+ elims. Are they going to be able to continue that today? I'd like to think so. These guys are looking relatively good right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was just going to say, sorry for cutting you off there a little bit, but that's a crazy statistic. Every time they've gotten those 3 eliminations, they've made it to the top 10. I mean, we can see that happening here. 4 elims on the trio, 194 points already. And we saw some of the trios from the previous games that did very good, not having a great, you know, game going for them now. But Nate, Tayson, and ForZR seem to having a phenomenal, you know, they have shield, they have mats, they have ammunition, they have everything they really need to win this match. They just have to play it well, decide if they want to play for the high ground, play for the mid ground, and already getting picks from other opponents who are rotating a little late into the zone. It's actually looking very well for them, but also look at that high ground, Levin.
Yeah, I think it's going to be key for them, and I think you know, as much as that is a statistic for us on the board, because I think that's going to be something that maybe they take note of themselves, and that's something that they work into their sort of game plan, right? I believe it's every time they have 3+ eliminations before the 4th zone, right, is when they go on to get top 10. And I think, you know, from what I hear about Tayson, you know, sort of behind the scenes, that's something that he's really adamant about, being incredibly aggressive. Look at what we talk about when it comes to aggression. Scully and them getting in. Scully's someone who's been in form recently, especially in the solo cash cup. He had a decent performance there, and looking to sort of translate that now again. Ultimately, right, you know, some of these teams are going to be looking to do that, right? They're going to be saying, hey, look, let's get a couple of eliminations before, you know, 4th zone. Let's get a couple of eliminations before we get to 50-50 and roll from there, because like you alluded to, when you're able to just sort of cap off your mats, you know, sort of secure enough mechanical parts and the better loot, you know, things are just a lot easier for you moving forward. And I think a lot of these teams will be prioritizing that.
Absolutely. And what I'm liking a lot from Tayson's trio is that I don't think they're trying to contest high ground here. They know it's a little risky, seeing that they didn't have it in the half and half zone, and they just want to secure that average placement, get those elims, and they don't want to risk anything for the high ground, which is a mistake a lot of teams make, and it causes them to lose all their materials or even get eliminated in the first moving zone. And you don't get much placement points just from the first moving. It's very important to make it as late as possible in the end game, and that's what they're trying to accomplish here. But actually, Sweezy and Andylex are managing to do a pretty good job here as a duo currently, Levin.
Yeah, no, you know, I'm not even too surprised by this. Both have great endgame fundamentals, and you can see here the benefits of just the way they've been able to full top through. They have a lot of control over here, and so lots of angles to work with. Unfortunately, not able to connect with anything. They're going to need a refresh here rather soon, and they do find it. And those mats are going to be incredibly useful for them moving forward. Oh, so many materials. Like Squeeze will be happy about that one. So now they're going to just be able to continue moving forward, but they've got to be careful. Oh my goodness, Squeeze! What on earth was that? He's just completely done a 180 and just absolutely destroyed that young person right there. And they're going to be able to continue to move on throughout the game as a duo. What a way to hit a shot.
Poor man, thought he had him. Hit him with the quick 180, absolutely sent him to the lobby. What a shot. But now, are they going to be able to keep up that momentum as a duo? They did get the refreshes with the mats, but now the zone is coming to a close here, and there's not too many, well, not too many trios left, but there is 8 trios, and it's an incredible amount for this zone. It looks like Tayson, Nate, and Forziar have actually taken the high ground from Janice, Chapix, and Hen. This is an insane match for Tayson's trio here. If they can come out on top and get that victory royale.
I feel like a broken record here. They just continue to do this time and time again. They love to play high ground and they take it so well. And look at this, man. They're just going to continue to find eliminations. You can hear the harpoon there. So they're not going to have any issues in terms of being able to stay up here when it comes to, you know, being able to get that loot. Tayson, once again, though, dropping down. You see, he does drop a bit in health, but able to get the siphon and come back up. Chapix there, I saw him a bit and he's looking very, very low on HP, and I think he actually does go down there. So those guys out of the game seemingly, and so once again we're in a position where it's Tayson, Nate, and Forziar's game to lose. Squeeze goes down finally, and so it seems like the end of the road for that trio potentially. Nate, Forziar, Tayson, spectacular from them once again.
In the first game, they played a little too aggressive and it caused them to get eliminated and not get the victory royale, actually coming second. So let's see if they change that up or they keep playing very aggressive, looking for those elims. But I think now, you know, they learned a little bit that they don't want to overextend too much, so they're just looking for angles, but actually gets rocketed into the builds almost, and now they're still doing it. They're going for those eliminations, Levin, but they're not getting eliminated this time. Now in a 3v3 situation, will they be able to do it with the height, trying to get in, trying to get any angle possible for that knock? Manages to get one, looking for the second here. Still a 3v2, Levin. This is their game to win.
Yeah, just great play from them, right? Forziar playing with the storm, right? Jumping into the storm to get the right angles to be able to hit the right shots. And he picks up another elimination there for his troubles. Tayson once again going down. But Nate and Forziar look like they will be able to close this one out. He has the med kit just in case. Is the timing right? Yeah, it looks like he just did get it. And so now Nate's going to go on the hunt for Lemon. So heal-off continues.
Will it be enough? Up the med kit. Now Forziar is trying to find the opponent.
I don't think it is. I don't think it's enough. Oh, yeah, okay.
But that's enough.
Yeah. That's enough. I was scared for a second, right? If they hadn't have found Lemon there, I believe he did have more white HP, just barely, by like half a second. So it's a good thing they were able to find them. Forziar.
Keep it going. I mean, they just have to keep cool and play it like they always do if they want to keep that throne. There is quite a lot of players alive, though. This is their last match, so this is the one where they have to make it count.
I really want to see where first moving forward. Hopefully we can sort of get a sort of switch around so we can see where it has pulled, because that is going to be pivotal to how this game sort of plays out from now on. It looks like it pulls north, and however that doesn't necessarily favor them, but it's definitely the worst case scenario. I think where they are here towards that sort of far west side, they are gonna oh, actually no, so they have sort of pulled it, which is actually nice. They are gonna just be able to rotate relatively freely to some degree. Tayson's got to be careful though. Once again, a bit of the overextension that we were talking about there, and it costs him some vital HP. Making use of the stinks he has available to him as well. Try to create some separation there.
Actually throwing some at the high ground as well, which is an interesting play. I mean, we know that they like to look for that high ground. They like to take it when they see an opening, and that's exactly what Tayson's looking for right now, with already 8 eliminations to their name, getting into a little bit of an engagement here while rotating, but they still do have quite a bit of mats to work with. Just trying to find any angle possible, almost connects a huge shot there, but unable to do so. And now the zone is about to close in 1 second. Next moving is gonna appear, and it keeps going north, so they have to rotate far here and quickly, and they know that. They're experienced. They're gonna try and stay in front of the zone here, but Tayson only has wood left. There is no hard materials, so they're gonna have to look for a refresh soon. Teammate gets dropped, and now they're playing as a duo. Meanwhile, their teammates down below as a solo, which is 4ZR, so Levin, they're gonna figure out something quickly or else they might end up going down here soon.
Yeah, it looked like 4ZR got dropped into a box with Vino. Nobody wants that. Fortunate to get out though. And now they pick up an elimination for their troubles as well. And once again, although they're not on height where we're used to seeing them, they are able to sort of make a change in this game, have an impact down below, showing off how diverse they are. The dynamism to this team is insane. If you look up on a height, we've got a new team trying to show their dominance. I'd like to see them play this a bit better, right? Not many angles being exposed, sort of staying really high up on a single top. They could be punished if they're not careful. Now sort of spreading out a bit more. You can see here down below the low ground domination from Tayson, looking to try and get up this hill now. They are aware of that higher elevation coming into play and they're looking to manipulate it to their advantage. You need to be careful though, because you can see Tayson only has 3 builds. So he has to be rather conservative with how he uses them.
3 builds, but 12 eliminations, looking for a 13th. Managed to get the knock. Now there's only 1 left in that trio, just absolutely annihilating the lobby here. Managed to actually make it up the hill as well, Levin. So they are just in a great position to find elims, and they are just absolutely destroying this lobby. I mean, you can see how many eliminations they have. This is a phenomenal game for Tayson, Nate, and 4ZR, but Waze is on the high ground with his trio, and they're in a great position to come out on top and get the victory royale. But with the amount of eliminations that Nate and Tayson have down here, currently playing as a duo as 4ZR has fallen, maybe we see a 2v3 situation in the late game come out.
This is an absolutely phenomenal display, Takata. You can see them here. Low ground execution. Absolutely spectacular stuff from Tayson and Nate going back to back right now. It's incredible how dominant these guys have just been over the course of today. And they're running away with it now. Forget who's on high. Oh my God, Tayson. No. I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe it. There's something he's not telling us, because that was absolutely ridiculous how he's hit that shot. And now in a 1v1 scenario, if Tayson wins this, I don't see how anybody can say he is not one of the best players in the world, if not the best. This is insane. Can he hit the final key shots? 90 HP. He barely misses it. But Takata, what a display. Nate and Tayson down below were so impressive. And they they come second in the game and win the tournament for their team. Never anyone, I'll tell you that much, Adam.
Well, let's have a look and see exactly who our winners of Cash Cup Extra presented by DreamHack are. The EU region winners are... Yeah, like a drum roll. All of us do like a sound effect there. We're gonna find it any second now. Who is our winners? Can you show us the victory royale? It's gonna pop up on the screen. I can feel it. Any second.
I mean,
come on.
I have a feeling, you know, just in the back of my head. I think it could possibly be.
There it is. What? Really? What?
Oh my God.
No.
Wait.
No. Oh, I think we may have the actual winners now. Am I right? I think I'm hearing this correctly. Do we have the actual winners? Yes, we do. It's coming through thick and fast. There they are.
And there it is.
Yes, there it is. 4ZR, Tayson, and Nate are your Cash Cup Extra presented by DreamHack. EU winners, and rightly so. I mean, we got